Mookie Betts is coming off one of his best months of his career, ranking in the top 10 across all three calculations of WAR so far this season. After two good seasons in LA, could he be back to MVP form this season? Well, in this video, we are going to cover the numbers behind his resurgence at the plate to explain his hot start to 2022. Editor Jake here. I started doing research for this video last week when Mookie Betts was really on fire, and since I started up until this point, Mookie now is on some sort of 2 for 32 cold spell at the plate, so some of these numbers have digressed from the craziness, but he's still among some of the top 10 players in the league right now. All of this information is still very prevalent to the crazy results Betts has had during the month of May specifically, but hopefully you still learn a thing or two about kind of the ups and downs of baseball. Anyways, so what exactly has changed from season to season? The first thing we should look at is his WOBA by year. As you can tell from this graph, Betts has always been an above average hitter. His entire career, actually. His peak, of course, was his unbelievable MVP season back in 2018, where he finished the year with a dang near 450 WOBA. That's absurd. His WOBA currently this year is 385, and outside of the shortened 2020 season, this would be the second best of his career. And there are a few things that we can credit to that are pretty simple when it comes to just understanding baseball. Number one, he is hitting the ball hard a lot. And number two, he's not swinging and missing a ton. Two things we can all agree on that are good when it comes to hitting. So let's dive a little deeper on what I mean here. Starting with the hard hits. Hard hit percentage is simply a breakdown of the percent of time you hit the ball with an exit velocity over 95 miles per hour. That speed was chosen because this is the first point your in-game results spike up as you increase exit velocity by 1 mile per hour. The expected results for balls hit over 95 miles per hour are here, and you'd be thrilled if you had a player on your squad with that line. The average hard hit percentage for all big leaguers is about 35%. Betts so far this year? Almost 50. And not only is that insane, but his results are also better than what league average results are for hard hit balls. So far this season, on balls hit over 95 miles per hour, Betts has a 600 batting average and over 1,000 slugging percentage. That's pretty dang good, especially for the fact that half of the balls he put in play right now are hard hit. And if we were to single out that hot month of May, he was sporting a hard hit percentage of over 50%. So you can see how that could lead to some positive results on the field. The main takeaway for analyzing anybody's hard hit percentage is that hitting the ball hard is good. You get good results when you do. And a perfect example of this is Betts' 385 WOBA so far this season, which ranks among the top 6% of all big leaguers. Next, we can hop on over to his plate discipline. This can be loosely defined as a hitter's ability to swing at good pitches and make contact on the balls that they do decide to go on. When it comes to Mookie, he's been one of the best in the league over his entire career when it comes to plate discipline. He currently ranks in the 88th percentile or above in most major categories surrounding whiff rate, otherwise known as your swing and miss percentage. Betts swings at only 16.1% of first pitch strikes. That is 10% than the league average, so we know that he is selective. When he does decide to swing at pitches that are located in the zone, however, he makes contact with 91% of those pitches. So when he does decide to go on a pitch, he doesn't miss. And finally, he swings at 39% of the pitches that he sees. That is also 10% lower than league average, which confirms Betts' patient approach at the plate. A lot of times when you see numbers like this, especially with hard hit numbers like Betts, you can assume that this player has a really good feel for the zone. And it also says a lot about his approach, which could mean anything from excellent preparation when it comes to reading scouting reports on opposing pitchers, or just sticking to a plan when he steps into the box. Like I said, all of these numbers are about 10% off of league average, so his approach is much different than that of the rest of the league. The other thing I noticed when looking into Betts' hot start this year was by comparing the way that he did damage on different pitch types from 2021 compared to 2022. 2021 wasn't a bad year for Betts at the plate at all. And if you break it down by pitch type, his WOBA was 398 versus fastballs, only 289 versus breaking balls, and back up to 381 versus changeups and splitters. Not bad. However, if we bump on over to this season, you'll notice one major change that Betts must have worked on in the offseason. that being his ability to hit breaking balls. While we don't have a full season of data to confirm this yet, his numbers versus fastballs stayed about the same. His ability to hit breaking balls, however, improved by almost 100 points. That is a serious jump up. And although his numbers versus changeups has regressed slightly, the improved outcomes against breakers has definitely been a huge part of Betts' resurgence at the plate this season. So with all of this talk about all of the reasons he's doing well this season, let's actually quantify how well he is performing compared to the rest of the league. Betts has always been a very good defender, one of the best in the league. Currently he ranks in the 93rd percentile in OAA, or outs above average, one of the most popular defensive performance statistics. So, when his WAR ranks among the top in the league, it's because he's also doing really well at the plate. This season, his hard hit percentage ranks in the 87th percentile, his expected WOBA in the 85th, and his expected slugging in the 86th. What that tells me is that even though his results on the field have been good all season, it's not just because he's lucky. His expected statistics are just as high. With that, he currently ranks among the top 10 across all forms of WAR. And if you take out this little cold streak he's been on for the past week, he was among the top 5, if not number 1, on a couple of the sites that WAR is calculated on. When it comes to the main takeaways I'd like to leave you with in this video, it's that when you see articles popping up about today's best players each day, every article will have a different take on who may be in the running for MVP. If you take just Betts' month of May, you can really see the effects of playing the game right, hitting the ball hard, and not swinging and missing. But as us simple sabermeticians must know, I want you to always question that and ask why. What numbers are behind that improved performance? What is leading to the results that he has garnered? And what changes have been made to get there? Because with that, you may be able to help somebody else out who's struggling along the road, who's going through something similar. So, that's my challenge to you. As always, I appreciate you watching, and we will see you in the next one. Thanks for tuning in to today's video, guys. If you enjoyed, please hit that subscribe button. If you want to keep learning more, here's a video and a playlist that I think you'd enjoy checking out. I'll catch you in the next one.